Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's good to be back. I've been gone from this series. This is episode 43. Coming at you right now, live on a kind of sunny slash cloudy slash sunny again Friday afternoon, which is actually my favorite kind of afternoon when you got the sunshine and then the clouds kind of float through and get some shade, and the sun comes back out, and then some shade again. So we're having that kind of Friday afternoon here. It's good to be with you wherever you are in the world. I invite you to take a moment to ground, to center, to be present together, to create this field of unified presence, the electromagnetic frequency of the heart emanating out and bringing us all into an intelligence that's greater than we could ever harness alone, connecting us to the universal creative intelligence, also known as God. People are writing me more in Arabic these days, and I don't necessarily know what they're saying, but I really appreciate their presence and them being here and feeling this unified consciousness that transcends the illusionary boundaries of separation, connecting on this level where the unique expression of form on the surface is recognized and appreciated and honored, and we're also able to bring an awareness beyond the unique expression of form and the illusion of separation on the surface to this place where we are unified in this universal creative intelligence. There's a lot going on right now, a lot that I'm being called to give myself to, so let me give you a quick rundown, then I got something I want to share that's deep today. We're going to go deep today, and it's profound. It's another level of spiritual awakening, so we're about to jump into that. And if you stay with me, you'll see this level that opens up beyond what a lot of teachings nowadays delve into, which is really the heart, the essence of what every spiritual teaching at its core, the true deep spiritual teachings are pointing to. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So first I just want to tell you some things that are happening and going on. I'm heading out tomorrow to the Big Glow Retreat with my beloved friend, amazing musician, amazing being, awakened being, John Stringer, at the Namaste Retreat Center, an hour north of Georgia. That retreat is sold out, but we do have some day passes available. Next week, going to Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We're leading a monthly meditation. I've been leading there for maybe half a year now with a beautiful group of beings. And then the Sunday, the 18th, one-day retreat in Abington, Virginia, the Big Glow Retreat, one-day retreat, turning fear into love with Michelle Toms, another beautiful friend, a beautiful being. Blessed to be sharing that space with her on the 18th. Then I go to Miami for the Equinox celebration, where I'll be a featured presenter, and then the 7-day Life Artist Mastery course from the 23rd to the 29th at Bacchus Center in Miami, Florida, where I'll be laying it down, giving you in depth and detail this integration of self-realization, of self-actualization, the cutting edge of how to express this creativity, allow this creativity to move through you and express itself in this world as the divine presence of who and what you truly are. So that should be amazing. Will be amazing. And then back up to Asheville, North Carolina for the Resonate Festival, where I'll be a featured presenter, October 1st, October 2nd. Then Mexico. Going to Mexico, be doing a one-day retreat there in Cancun on the 15th. Then an online retreat, which I'll be telling you more about, the 22nd and the 23rd. Then California, Sacred Alchemy Retreat, Mount Shasta, have an event in Petaluma. This is all Northern California. 2-day retreat, Sebastopol, Northern California. Pacifica. This is all in November too. So there's a link on here. You can check the events that are upcoming. So that's all in Northern California. We're looking at potentially doing something in the Northwest, Oregon, Washington, BC area around that time also. Then we've got some amazing things. December, there's another event, Big Low Retreat with John Stringer at Navajo Store Retreat Center, focusing on the art of allowing, of manifestation, and focusing on relationships and purpose and abundance. But it's really focused on something deeper, which we'll get to in a second. Then in next year, I have a retreat in Italy with Val Tignini, which will be really amazing. We just put the finishing touches on getting that together. And Dale Allen Hoffman, retreat with him, April, 4-day retreat, and some other things in the works too. So a lot happening, a lot moving, a lot going on, a lot's flowing. And what is the reason for this flow? How does it come from? Where does it come from? How does it move? Where does inspiration come from? So most New Age teachings, most spiritual teachings, focus on something really simple, something basic, something rational, something that makes sense, which is how to be happy. So people are sad, people are depressed, people are suffering, they want to know how to be happy. So they start to search for how to be happy. And this is a natural progression. Feeling this way, I want to feel this way. I don't want to feel this way, I want to feel this way. I don't want this, I want this. I don't want that, I want that. So this is the drive, this is the motivation. So the law of attraction, most of the law of attraction teachings, most of the New Age spiritual teachings are focusing on how to bring people into a state of happiness instead of a state of sadness, right? Now, the issue with this is that when you're in a state of sadness, you're in a state of pain, you're chasing happiness, you're chasing pleasure, we get to the root question, who are you, are still in the realm of the ego. You're still in the realm of the ego consciousness, still in the realm of your story, still attached and identified with the story of an egoic sense of self which is separate from everything around you, and you want to improve the story. You want to bring the story of you from here to here, bring the story of you from here to here, bring the story of you from somewhere to somewhere else, from a state of what's perceived as sadness to a state of what's perceived as happiness, from a state of what's perceived as negativity to a state of what's perceived as positivity. Are you with me so far? So, when you're doing this, when you're putting all this energy and motivation into this space of wanting to be happy, from a space of sadness, from a space of pain, into a space of pleasure, you are in the realm of the ego. It's kind of like what we call moving around the furniture in the prison cell, right? So you have a prison cell and you're trying to put nicer furniture in there. So that's nice. You get more comfortable in your prison cell. But there's another level that transcends wanting to be happy. There's a whole other level, a whole other awakening of consciousness that transcends wanting to be happy. Because trying to be happy, putting so much effort into being happy, it gets exhausting. You know, it's tiring to try to be happy all day long. How do I try to be happy? What do I do? What kind of affirmation? What kind of place where do I go to try to be happy? Who do I talk to? Who do I say? All this energy to try to be happy, it gets exhausting. It gets tiring. And it's like a weight, you know, it's like a heaviness. So trying to get something reinforces the perception that you don't have it. Isn't that amazing? Trying to get something reinforces the perception that you don't have it. Let's state that one more time. Trying to get something reinforces the perception that you don't have it. When you awaken to this next level of awakening, this next level of realization, the profound essence of who you truly are, the absolute essence of who you truly are, and what you truly are, there is the recognition and realization that God is all there is. The infinite is all there is. So now, in this realization of God is all there is, the infinite is all there is, there's nowhere else you need to look. There's nothing else you need to do. There's nothing else you need to accomplish. There's nowhere else you need to go. God, the infinite, is all there is. Every spiritual teaching, the core truth of every spiritual teaching, throughout all space and all time, points to this essential truth. There is only one, and that one is you. The word, the name, the idea that points to that truth is just a word, a name, an idea. This essence, this truth is beyond word, name, and idea, right? This essence is ever present. It's the essence of all things, including you. So now we open to a space of what we can call neutrality, equanimity. All things are God, all things are the light, all things are the infinite, all things are love. Then there's a sense of neutrality. There's a sense of equanimity. There's a sense of not having a preference of one thing over the other. So this brings a tremendous sense of liberation. The infinite essence of liberation opens up that transcends being in the prison cell chasing better furniture. Now you're like the wide open blue infinite sky. You've walked out of the prison door. You could have walked out any time, but somehow you were too busy chasing the furniture to notice that there was a door you could walk out whenever you wanted. You have the wide open infinite blue sky, the stars, the thousands of millions of twinkling stars at night, and it's all you, and it's all for you, and it's all here, and it's all now. So you open to this essence of God, of love, of infinite light in all things, in all places, at all times, and there's no need to chase happiness because you have discovered the essence of who you are in the here and now, right now. So the amazing question then becomes, now what? What moves you? What motivates you? What inspires you? And this is what's so fascinating, is what happens is you're just like a clear, open channel. You're just an available, open channel for this universal creative intelligence to move through you in each and every moment for the greater good of the whole. So, what's so fascinating is that you're no longer motivated by happiness or sadness, by pain or pleasure. You are liberated, you are empowered, you are in love, you are in peace with a way that transcends both. With a way that transcends both. So this is the deeper level of this awakening that most law of attraction teachings, most New Age spiritual teachings, they're still spinning in the realm of the mind. But there's something that's beyond. And so ever present. And then when traditionally people talk about surrender, just absolute surrender to God, the surrender paradoxically is the absolute liberation. So when you totally give yourself to this universal creative intelligence to move through you in the moment for the good of the whole, it's like you're plugged in now to a different socket. It's like you're moving to a different song, right? You're plugged in. There's so much energy moving through the vibrational frequency that is you. To give yourself to the whole in each and every moment. And when you give yourself wholly, fully, and completely with every cell of your being to the whole in each and every moment, there's this amazing sense of inspiration, there's this amazing sense of liberation, of emancipation, of inner peace, of creativity, profound creativity, inner peace, and unconditional love that transcends the oscillation of happiness and sadness, that transcends the oscillation of pain and pleasure. You're no longer chasing pleasure, you're no longer avoiding pain. You're no longer chasing happiness, you're no longer avoiding sadness. You are liberated from, as the Buddha called it, the wheel of samsara. And you're available to give yourself to the world, to the universe, to humanity, recognizing everything and anything that you see as a reflection of the one divine, infinite light, which is you. Check the links to plug in deeper to events and personal sessions and books and newsletter, weekly message. Sending you so much love, seeing myself through you, seeing yourself through me. May this creativity move through us as a clear open channel, and may we express it in the world until we meet again.